Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another
Good match,
ARCA
Jim.
series
Good match,
video
match
for
two.
you. This time we are running the ARCA series at Langley. Everything I've watched, this has been a massive wreckfest every single time, so it's going to be really interesting starting in the back since I did not get a qualifying lap in. Just had issues trying to get going, and first lap was disallowed due to making contact with the wall. Second lap spawned it. So, yeah. I think we're in the second split, I believe. I think it probably split 4 times, is my guess. We've got 19 cars, I believe. Yeah. And we are car number 5. So we got a long, long way to go to get to the top 5 to finish where we need to be. Although, I got a feeling with all the wrecks we're going to see, or should in theory see, based on how I've seen some of these other races go, it's possible to get there just by dodging wrecks alone, but it's also going to be pretty tough to avoid getting into them as well. I'm hoping they kind of all happen towards the front and the middle, and with us being so far back, we're able to just slowly work our way through and not have a ton of cars behind us trying to pile in and get by them. But we're just going to see how things go. 60 laps is a long time in these cars. Compared to SKs where we ran 40 and late model last week ran 50. I feel like this week, this is kind of like a cross between driving a Tour Modified and a super late model. You have way too much power for the track and for the grip of the car, so it's pretty tough to be able to get to full throttle every single lap without having the car want to step out on you. And with all the wrecks that are likely to happen, you're probably not going to get full throttle very often. So it's kind of like the super late model in that way, but it's like the Tour mod that you definitely have enough to be able to manipulate it and kick the rear end around if you want. Not driving into the corners too hard and not getting on the throttle too hard off the corners is going to be the big keys to being able to run clean laps, fast laps that don't abuse the tires and keep you in control. So, yeah, it's going to be a blast. We're just going to do the best that we can and try to keep it as clean as we can. If I'm able to somehow come away with this with a 0x, I will be absolutely shocked and thrilled to death. And again, like I said, avoiding wrecks I think is going to be the key to picking up positions. Gonna get rolling. Not going to look to the inside of the 11 right off the bat. I guess we are when he slams on the brakes that hard. Did not want to go 3 wide that early on, so looks like the 11 gets into the back of us. We're just, sorry, the 16, here's the wrecks are already starting, just trying to guess where they go. We make some contact, but we were able to clear out of that. With the 17 behind us, you can see that already picked us up 8 spots right off the bat. That's the kind of stuff, and I mean the 4X out of it, you know what, I just really didn't have anywhere to go. I kind of threaded that as best as I could, so don't feel bad about losing the 0X already. I knew this was going to be a safety rating bust, so yeah, we're just going to try to do the best that we can. And I'll put session best lap up just so I can see if we get into a rhythm, try to pick up time. But honestly, it's going to be more about avoiding all the contact and the wrecks than it is running fast laps.
The guy ahead has just posted a 17.00. The guy behind has just done a
You can see the 11 ahead had hit the wall. We're pulling away from the 17 behind. So just going to try to see if we can start working our way up. It's been a little bit cleaner than I thought, but I think once we get into lap traffic all over the place and have them sprinkled around, then you're going to have the issues with cars getting into wrecks. I think as guys get a little racy too and they try to pick up some spots after they settled in, guys are going to end up working the throttle a little too hard and causing the car to step out on them. Try to get by the 11 on the inside if we can. We're definitely faster than him, so I don't want to lose too much time to anybody up front if we can still pick up more spots. We're able to clear him off of 4 and through the straightaway. See, we got the 9 who got into the outside wall. We're able to stay low and get by him. So it's another spot right there. We're going to try to do our best to pull away from the 11. Just run this as clean and smooth as we can. Sometimes less on the throttle and easier on it actually makes you go faster than being harder on it. So Nowhere near what I've ran in practice, but that's okay. It's kind of more relative to what everybody else is doing and what's controllable and clean for the car than it is what's the absolute fastest. So you can see we got a few spots up here we might be able to get to that could get us to that 5th place. So it's definitely possible. Just kind of working around. You can see we're only on lap 10 out of 60, so it'll take a little while to get through this. See, we got one person going low. Gonna see if they're gonna come up the track. That's the 13 who is a lap car. We're able to clear them. Just trying to work the car as easy as I can, not abuse the tires at all. There's no sense in doing that and giving up a car on the back end of the run.
P9.
See, we got a lap car up high. Be the 19. We're going to try to get by him through the backstretch if we can. Hopefully he'll stay high. Just going to follow the 12 around, not try to look to get to the inside of him yet. We're just going to try to get by the lap car first. Going to give the 12 some room. Not going to push the issue yet. Although I don't want to lose too much time and end up in a bad spot. Got plenty of gap back to the 17. We got about a second back to them, so a little bit of mistake room that way. Looks like the 12's picked up the pace a little bit, but I think we're still able to roll the corners a little better than him, so seems to be losing touch with the 2 just a little bit. We're gonna see if we can scare him up. Don't really want to work the apron too much since it's going to upset the car. Defends the position pretty well, so we're going to back out and just kind of ride around again, see if we can catch one of these cars out. The 2 can push up the 10 and we can get to the inside, kind of freight train the 10 if possible. See, this is some pretty good racing yard up here, a lot cleaner than I expected it to be, so maybe it's one of those guys just had to take the first night to learn how to drive everything, and now they cleaned it up some. Which that'll hurt me from speed standpoint, because I know I wasn't the absolute fastest in practice. I was more relying on being able to keep it clean and avoid wrecks to pick up spots. So almost getting into the 12, just yeah, trying to force the issue, or at least force them to make a mistake rather than force the issue and cause any contact. Looks like there's a battle between the 10 and the 2. We get a little loose off the corner. Looks like we got 2 cars. 9 was a lap car who got a little loose. We had 5th place up ahead also get loose, the 15. So that tightens the gap up and that brings all of us back together. 12 gets a little loose off the corner. He's just doing a really good job of defending the inside, so we're just going to try to slowly work our way up. We got the 10 hopefully being freight trained on the outside. He's able to get back down in front of the 2, make a little contact with the 12, feel bad about that, try not to get into him. 2's trying to look to the inside of the 10 if possible, kind of like what we're trying to do with the 12. It's a pretty good battle overall, though. See, we've got 21 down of 60, so got a lap car to the outside. It's the 18. We're going to try to get by him. Hopefully he stays high to let us on the inside. He does. Thank you to him.
Clear outside.
A little loose off the corner, but not anything too bad. Just all kind of running nose to tail for 5th through 9th, so it could be our spot right up there. We just got to try to eventually find the opportunity. It's going to be us making the mistake, it looks like, as the 12 got loose off 4 in the center of the front stretch. That could have been our opportunity, so we got to get loose. See, I'm kind of picking up the throttle just a little too early and forcing it. You can see the 14 got by the 17. He's going to join the party. I think if we don't want to lose too many spots, we are going to have to start making a move. This can't be sustained for very long. We got the 4 who had an issue. We're going to pick up a spot that way. It'll put us up into 8th. But yeah, we're going to have to start making some moves relatively soon. Looks like the 2 finally got the 10 up. Try to pick up a spot there, dive to the inside of him.
Car high, P8.
Try to clear him through 3 and 4 if we can.
Keep it steady. Clear outside.
Have to also protect against him trying to dive to the inside on the 1.
B7.
See, we're up to 7th, so a couple more spots and we can get that top 5 we're looking for. Just trying to get the 12 up if we can, although we got the 10 trying to look to the inside of us.
Your last lap time was at 16.
Able to get the 12 up, trying to avoid contact with him. Just cannot get the position on the inside of him. Passes here can, in any car, seem to take quite a few laps. You can get to him pretty quickly, but trying to get by him cleanly can often take a while. Looks like the 15 pushes up a little bit, so maybe the 2 can get to him and we can close back up to the 2 and freight train the 15 like we did the 10, try to get by. Move the brake bias back a little bit to allow us to get in the corner. We're hoping that the 10 can kind of hold up the 14, although the 14 seem to have fallen off a little bit. Coming to halfway down. 30 laps to go. Got a slow lap car to the outside. Looks like he might cause a problem. He's kind of all over, so we're going to have to be careful trying to get around him. We're all just kind of working cautiously together. Right now that's also allowing the 10 and the 14 to close back up. 15 gets really loose. He's going to go high and spin. We're both going to work to the inside. We got the 6 on the outside, who was the lap car, but we were able to get by the 15, who lost it off of 2. We're able to now clear the 6. 12 loses it. Let's see if we can work to his inside finally. He's going to come down to defend the inside line. We try to work our way through by him through 3 and 4. Hopefully he and the 10 will battle. We're able to clear him, got a little loose off of 4, but able to maintain control. That puts us into 5th. We're going to see if we can pull away from the 12, because I did feel like I was faster than him, so hopefully we can start to gap him, and again, hopefully that will stall out the 10 and the 14 behind and allow us to get a bit of a gap as well. Let's see if we can close in on the 2 at all. Just got to be really careful with the throttle off, not overdrive at all. You can see I barely ever get full throttle, and it's only when I'm going absolutely straight. I'm trying to make sure I also get on the brakes plenty early to settle the car and let it rotate. Doesn't look like we really have anything for the 2. I didn't expect us to, the way that was kind of running. It always looked like he had been pulling away, so honestly, I'm perfectly fine with the 5th place if we finish there, just trying to run it clean and pull away from the guys behind. Just trying to click off clean laps right now and build as big of a gap as we can. See if by some chance we can put anything together for the 2, as well as try to keep running clean so that if any of the top 3 lose it or get involved in anything, we can be there to capitalize on that. You can see 3rd is actually up there, but he's a couple seconds ahead, so I'm not sure if we're going to get there. We get a little loose off at 2. You see we've pulled away from the 12 and the 10, and they've actually pulled away from the 14 a little bit, so just trying to find a happy hole, kind of ride around. Looks like the 2's being held up by the 16 a little bit, or he's being pretty cautious to get around him, so don't think that's really us being that much faster than him. I think that's the 2 just kind of being careful. Getting by that lap car is probably worth a little less than losing the spot. It seems like he does clear him now through 1 and 2. Yeah, the spotter, we're about 2nd and a quarter back, so we're just going to keep working. Looks like the 16 may be somebody that's a bit tougher to get by, so we're going to see what we can do. The 10 gets by the 12. 12 seems to be really falling back quite a bit, so and we'll keep an eye on where the 10 is, if he's picking up to us or not. I thought the 14 was actually faster than him, but looks like he's picked up some speed. He's 0.9 back at the line, so we'll see how that goes. 16 is going to lose it. We're going to try to figure out how to get by him. Oh, he pulled up right in front of the 10, so that really hurt them and stacked them all up. It doesn't look like they got caught up in it, but that builds us up a little bit of a gap because we had to slow down to get to the outside of them to not avoid getting into it. So you can can see that almost doubled our gap, 1.7 at the line.
17.72.
Also gave the 2 plenty of time to get away. We get loose off at 2, that hurts us, but we're able to save it. We've got the 18 coming up, so we're going to try to work around him carefully eventually. You see about 1.5 there. We probably had about 1.6 at the line, so I'm okay with that gap for right now. I come to the line for 15 to go, 3/4 of the way through the race. And you can see about 1.6 at the line. Move the brake bias back a little bit more. Just kind of trying to slowly work out. I feel like I have heated up the right front a little bit, but just going to try to take it easy. You can see the 2 got by the 8. Got the 13 to the outside. We're going to try to work by the inside. We might be able to get to the 8 for 4th. We'll see. Try to work to the inside of the 18 through 3 and 4. Just trying to do this all as carefully as I can so that it doesn't jeopardize where we're running. See if we can make any kind of run at the 8 at all. The 10 is closing in a little bit on us, but I think they're going to have enough problems with the lap cars that that should allow us to build that gap back up. Try to drive as hard as I can without overdriving it and losing it. See if we can close back up to the 8. We're going to come by with 11 to go. We're probably going to have to get there in probably the next 4 laps or so to give me plenty of time to set up a clean pass and work our way around, especially with lap cars continuing. See, we held the gap constant that time as I got a little loose off of 4.
Cowden ahead is now 0.83.
Definitely think we got something for the 8. It's just a matter of if we can get there in time and get by him cleanly.
That lap was at 17.15.
Trying to close up on him. I'm gonna come to the line with 9 to go. See, we make a big gain there. So, I'm just gonna wait to see if he makes any kind of mistake at all. I don't want to force the issue too early, and I don't want to put myself in a bad position trying to get by him. Just gonna wait to see if he loses it, kind of like that, although he does a good job of kind of defending the inside. He's got to look out for the 1 being a lap down. Try to work to the inside. The 8's going to defend pretty hard, runs us down to the bottom, but he did have the position, so just going to do what we can. Hopefully the 1's not going to try to get involved in this and he'll fall back. We still got 7 laps to go, so plenty of time to try to get by the 8. I think 4th is all we're going to be able to do as the 2 is checked out. But if we can pick up another spot, that'd be awesome. Try to work to the inside if we can here. 8's going to come back down. He's been opening it up on the bottom off the corner, so we get into him, feel really bad. Try to let him get straightened out. Did not mean to get into him. I don't want to take the spot that way. That also allowed the 10 to close up big time, but that's okay with me because I'd rather run clean. Respect the guy up front. I don't want to dump him for the spot, so we're just going to reset and try. No incident points, so hopefully he's not too angry. We'll apologize at the end of the race as well for getting into him. Again, I don't want to pass somebody by that, so make a little contact that time. Again, I think he's just doing a good job opening it up and then closing the door as soon as we try to take it, so. Although we're going to have to find a way around him because the 10's going to be there trying to get by us, and that's actually allowing the 12 to close back up as well. So this has stacked us up quite a bit, and we've got 3 to go. Try to get by him this time. So we get the inside into the corner. We're going to try to work it as clean as we can. We're able to clear him, so hopefully we can get away with 4th and he can hold up the 10 a little bit, allow us to build up. We got 2 to go. The longer those 2 battle, the better it is for us, as we're going to get the white flag. Now it looks like, I can't tell if the 8 got into the 10 or if the 10 came down. He also gets into the 12 on his way. So that gives us a good gap to try to ride around and pull off the 4th place finish. See, the leader already crossed the line, but we should be able to hang on for a 4th place, so really happy with that drive. That 4X at the beginning honestly was almost unavoidable given the way the wreck happened.
P4.
So,
well done.
pretty happy with that to come away out of that whole race with a 4X that's pretty good compared to some of the races that I've seen so far this week. So stop, get out of the car, real happy with that. Make sure we apologize to the 8. Just want to say sorry to him simply because that was not something that I intended to do at all. Just wanted to run him as clean as I could. That's why I tried to back off and give him the position. Always feel like no matter if you know, if I don't think it was my fault at all, I usually won't say something. But if it was close or my fault, I always try to say it because erring on the side of caution, apologizing to him is going to be worth far more. So let's take a look at the beginning and see the start, see what I could have done. You're going to see the 17 really checked up like big time. I did not expect for him to slow down that much. That's why we almost got into him. So I feel really bad for that. And then he kind of pushes us right there off of 2. We're going to have a wreck coming up relatively soon. You can see the 14 there and then slide. Yeah, we get in the 14, but honestly, let's see what more we could have done trying to get through that. I've got the 17 coming up on the inside of me. 14 coming down, so I don't want to really try to go low and try to get inside the 1. So I mean, I could have turned down a little bit, but I saw the 1 and had the 17, so I didn't really want to do too much. I feel bad because I got the 14 into the 13 there, but we were just all trying to avoid it as best as we can, so not much I could do that way. Let's take a look and see what happened. Look at it from the 14's perspective. So you can see he's coming in, and the 4 just dives right into him and sends him right around. 4 just absolutely sent him right around. So, and then let's see what happened to the 1 out of that. I think he was slowing down for that. He saw him running. Yeah, he saw him wrecking, and the 12 just piled right into the back of him and got him around. Didn't check up fast enough. So that's how the 2 got there involved. And that allowed us to get clean. Looks like the 13 got into the 6, I believe that is. Yeah, that was the 6. 13 came down the 6 after I got into the 14, set him up in the 13. So that's how we were able to pick up all those spots, and everything else was kind of just avoiding the simple wrecks and spins and trying to keep it clean. So I'm actually pretty happy with the tire pressures there. Still heated up the right front for sure, but 91 and 93 is not horrific, although we were driving it pretty conservatively the entire race. Never really felt like I was pushing it all that hard simply just to avoid the wreck. So let's take a look at the results, see what we were able to pull off from that. Sorry for this taking so long to load. Like I said, I believe this was second split, so give it just a minute to load. Yeah, you can see 2079 strength of field. Well, that actually was the top split. Wow, it was pretty weak field overall. So fast guys must be avoiding that for a while. They got it in last night. So way off, almost full lap off, 13, almost 13 and a half seconds off. You can see we're about a 10th, just over a 10th off the fast lap. But again, I'm not crazy worried about that. I was more worried about just avoiding all the contact and trying to keep it as clean as we could. So fortunately, we got those instant points out of there. I mean, I guess I could have stayed a little bit lower, but I did what I could to avoid the wreck and the best I could, so I'm not too upset about that. Gained 51 points out of it, got us just over the 2,500 mark, so hopefully we can keep climbing up above that, not fall back below. Trying to make up a lot of the progress we lost last week. You see another 0.09 on the safety to get us closer to that 3 mark, but I'm trying to push as hard as I can for that 4 to 4.5, so pretty happy with that overall. Tried to do the best that I can. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I gave you some confidence for not necessarily having to be the absolute fastest car this week in ARCA. It's just all about avoiding the wrecks the best you can. So if you have any comments, suggestions, feel free to leave them below. Any driving tips. Again, I'm still fairly new to this car overall, so trying to learn it and get as fast as I can. I know we're not going to see a ton of short tracks like this when you get to trucks or Xfinity or anything, but trying to take advantage of learning the car as best I can, learn the throttle control and driving conservatively and looking for everything ahead and avoid it. So any tips you have is always greatly appreciated. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos, and hopefully all your races are clean. Turn fast laps, get good finishes. And until next time, thanks for watching.